Okay, so for technology and social media change assignment, I had to pick out two articles and summarize them and then use evidence and then respond to the evidence. So for my first article, I said that social media, or I used the one that is social media is growing in our lives by Summer Allen. It was made in September. It was published on September 20th in 2019. Um, this is my summary. Media psychology researchers are beginning to tear apart the way that, um, in way which time is spent on social media and affecting the day-to-day life. And then from the text evidence from the article, I have social media is eating away and is eating face-to-face time. This is a phenomenon called social media displacement. Um, I think this is kind of just showing how much like we just like talk to our friends like in the phone, and we don't have as much face-to-face contact as we used to, or as people used to back, and how it might be like affecting our brain. And I think it's just so hard to misread people on social media, so I think it causes more trouble than it doesn't. And it also said it said in 2016 high school seniors were spent with with 1 hour less than or with less than 1 hour of in-person communication. I just think that shows for like, I mean, people need people and people need face-to-face real contact, and I think that just affects people's mental health. And then I said the impact that social media is haunting kids and continues is haunting kids and is having the impact that social media is having on teens' cognitive development is irreversible. So it's saying that like maybe our brains are like going to be wired differently, and we don't know the effects of this in the long term. And then evaluates the strengths. Um, I like the authors and how he's saying that how he's claiming that social media is not doing, is only hurting, and I think his claims are strong and very effective. And a few weaknesses, I would just say that he didn't really provide enough information, like he didn't provide enough quotes and facts. But the claims that he did have were good. And then for my second one, it says social media's effect on communication, the student's guide for 2025. It was obviously written in 2025, or in 2024, I mean, but I couldn't find the author on it. And then the summary of the effect, social media has restored the way that students communicate, or has not restored, um, has ruined the way that students communicate and how social media impacts the way we contact and how we contact our friends and family and how we live our lives. I said that it says that social media proliferates attention and makes you have zero attention span, and um, social media also creates so much misinformation with clickbait, and it can have effects on older people, and it's a lot easier for older people to get scammed. And then there was another quote that says that the one it says that students are having a declining mental health because of the way it says students' mental health is declining because of the way that we communicate, and I think that that's right, and it just shows that how much face-to-face contact really matters. And then I think the author's claims are strong. I really like this article. He had a lot of claims, and it helped a lot of different things. And then there's a few weaknesses, but I didn't really pick out many. And then for the action plan, I chose to delete TikTok for 3 days because I feel like that was the app that I spent most time on. And um, at first I kind of was like missing it, but then after a few days I kind of learned to live without it, and I was being more productive, and I liked that I was able to go without it. And then for text evidence, I just used the text evidence that we have zero attention spans, and I think that's because of TikTok and like the scrolling. So I just think that I have no attention span, and it kind of helped me to delete it for 3 days, but I guess I'll have to be deleting it for forever. But yeah. And the action plan, I just think that we just need to try to get off our phones and just live an everyday to day life.